way, I don't know how else to do it. I had thought, I done thumped it and thumped it.
Right.
And you got, look, I'm not an engineer, I'm
Right.
just I'm a peddler, but I said, man, all right, that should double it. It should allow it to pull twice as strength when I do to a scissors, because all the first part, the hardest part is this.
Right, right.
And once it's over, it'll come on up.
Should,
That
yep.
first little bit's liable to make you say that.
My house is smaller. I got less than my house is
crack that
older
over.
than my neighbor.
All right, Travis got a stiff drink on, we're ready.
We get it.
You got water? That's what I thought, Travis got a stiff drink. All right, folks, we'll call this meeting to order, and we'll stand and do the pledge of allegiance.
Do you have the agenda?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna sing it. Woo. All right, if we can, we'll have a moment of silence, please, for invocation. All righty. We got a public comment. Here she comes, Miss Public and the comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, these are the new guys. Who's gonna stand up? It makes no difference. Don't bring that curly haired kid up here. That's what my hair used to look like.
When he had
And now, yeah, and you can find it just in the back of a '79 RX-7 when I drove back and forth to college. That's where it's all at. That's just my hair. That's it.
That's what I now got the agenda right here. I need to
All
go
right,
to that.
it's up to you. You tell us.
Good evening. My name's Christina Jordan, and this is my husband and Daniel Jordan, our two kids. We are purchasing the 208 East Main Street home, which I know has been discussed here a few times. When we considered buying the property, we were asked to restore it and not tear it down, which we're doing. Surprisingly, that's become very expensive.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. I can imagine.
It's the price of a new house.
It would have been cheaper to tear it down.
Yes, we are restoring it. And that's important to us. One of the things that drew us to the property was the size of the property, for our children, and we just like chickens and we like space, but with the expenses of the home, and restoring it, we were trying to figure out how to make that piece of property work for us a little bit, in order to do that. So we brainstormed and we came up with the idea of potentially doing a pumpkin patch. Very small, like no attractions, just something for the town and the local families. This, I believe, is called a conditional temporary permit. So I guess we're here today to ask if that's something that you guys would consider.
It wouldn't go before us, and something like that goes to the zoning board first.
Okay.
John's on the zoning board. He can tell you, that's our zoning board guy right there, but what can I say? It's a garden. Pick your terminology, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, but you gotta go in front of the garden. It's a garden. Nobody says anything about a garden. Okay, it's all about terminology and how you present it, and that's something you guys wanna do, yeah, I understand how big that lot is, I've mowed it a lot, but it's big, it's big, you go down there and you're like, damn, I gotta go all the way back in there. But, just, when you go before them, Kelly can help you with the paperwork on that, it goes before John, and we have that meeting the end of this month? Just in time to plant pumpkins. But, it's a garden when you go in there. You would rather it be a community garden. Pick your wording when you bring it to them. If you got any question, you can call John. I know his number's out there and he can help you with that, but you're not asking for a pumpkin patch. You're going to garden.
A garden.
Remember how you do that. That's exactly, I'm not telling you to skirt anything, but I know you're trying to do something good and use the property for something other than mowing grass. I get that, but, just when you go to them, like I say, pick your word and they can help you. But Kelly can give you the paperwork and John can help you with anything you need to do as far as going in front of the board. they'll be your ones to ask. Because we won't make a decision until they give us, they'll tell us, and if we get pinched for time, and don't get happy, because we're gonna have another cold snap. Everybody thinks the spring's here, but it'll happen.
Oh, no, we're not.
It'll be the last week of March and first week of April. It might snow. You don't ever know, but, I mean, so, but, just pay attention to your word and think about what you're doing, because everything's zoned R20, and there's no businesses allowed in R20 and stuff like that. But if you got a garden, nobody's
I
gonna say
mean, the
anything.
back is M1.
The very back, right at the very back of the road. You don't wanna drag the garden hose way down there. That's a long ways to water something. I'm just telling you, just listen. I'm trying to help you. Don't make me get myself in trouble. I'm trying to help you, okay? Because M1's gonna be, that'll be industrial, light industrial. So do that, and you could even maybe go back and say, hey, what if we back up and go a third of the way up the lot and go back and say, well, maybe we need to change that to agriculture and do that part, because that would fit in light industrial. But I'm just telling you, read it, let Kelly and John could help you with some of that, but your wording, you need a garden. That's what you need. All right? All right, there you go. You don't need a permit for a garden. There you go. That makes it a whole lot easier. So pay attention to your wording and ask them.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
All right.
Ma'am.
I'll email you.
Anything else? Anything else? All right. If there's nobody else on the list, hey, the announcements we have, you look on the board and it's a big blank. We don't have any. We're not doing anything. We've refused to have any to do that. Annette, but don't worry, Jeanette's got us covered. No, and our announcements, really, just think about it. Be thinking, the Dancing on Depot starts in April. That's coming sooner than later. The 5K race is April the 18th. It's usually the first week of April, but because Easter falls on that weekend, it will go to April the 18th. They're doing it 2 weeks later. And, maybe they find out that that's a better time to have, but I doubt that. I imagine they'll go back to the first week of April so they don't compete. I've got a cell phone. Hey, and the West Rowan, is that the Bible
The
teacher?
elementary, yeah, the Bible teachers.
The elementary school's doing, the West Rowan Bible Teachers Association, they're doing a pizza fundraiser. Golly, gal, that's something we need to help with if we can. And it is, the date for that is,
It's every Thursday.
they're gonna do it every Thursday. They're gonna come out and how they gonna do it? They go Village Inn and eat
Mm-hmm.
in Salisbury at Food Line at that one. And some of the stuff goes to
The Bible.
Village Inn.
Gotta let them know that that's for them.
Yes, you have to tell them, hey, we're buying this for the
West Rand
Bible Teachers Association. You need to make sure that you tell them that if you go there. And also, we have this marker that goes up over in Third Creek. Thank you guys for helping me here. And this ceremony is on April the 11th. And it is to recognize Revolutionary War patriots. And I want y'all to think we're in our 250th year. These are people, they're buried at Third Creek. There's some at Christ Episcopal Church. You go over at Thyatira, there's some more over there. Those are people that fought in the war to free our country. So, to make us not British, not Irish, just us. So check on, if you get a chance, go over there that day. I won't be in town that weekend, so I can't go, but please.
I plan on going.
Johns will go, and y'all get a chance, go over there and stop in, wave, say hello, something along those lines. Is there anything anybody else has? Tennessee's #1 in softball. Our home girl is doing well. That's good. They're #1 in the nation, still undefeated. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's a good thing. The high school's doing well. Tinley's hitting. Things are good, y'all. All ball games are good right now. All right, good. Let's look at your consent agenda. And there's no questions, comments, rocks to be thrown.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
All right, we have a motion to accept it as presented. Is there a second to that?
Second.
We have a second. So, any other discussion, questions? Anybody got any questions about that? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Cool. All right. This Miss Morningstar Baptist Church. It's your turn. You're back again. Same time as last year. Well, maybe off a day or two. Put it on us. She's just, and I can tell y'all, you can look through your package, and they're wanting to have the event at the park. I've done it for several years. This time every year. So Just need a motion to approve what they have. There's nothing out of sorts. Same thing we've done every year.
Y'all do have the insurance again, cause y'all have the bouncy house. Have y'all seen, you have to show her the,
Certificate of insurance, nothing.
I mean, that's the only
That's
thing
it.
we have to have. So if,
And we won't use electricity. Last year we powered it through an electric vehicle, so.
That powered a bouncy house
No, yes, the bouncy house and a food trailer,
out of an,
an electric vehicle.
but with the bouncy house, we gotta have excess
Yes,
insurance
well,
costs,
I-
just liability.
Yeah. I can't believe an electric vehicle pulled all that.
But I'll make a motion, we approve it with proof of insurance.
Okay, cool beans. There's your motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we got a motion, 2 seconds. Is there any further discussion, questions, concerns? All those in favor signify by aye. Opposed, like sign.
And with that many people, just be cognizant about parking out on the road itself too, I mean,
But
'cause
yeah, just not,
I figured y'all were, but I was just putting that out there, just,
make sure, yeah, we don't wanna block anybody out. All right, good deal. You guys are good. Sabrina, where are you at? She's a mystery woman. Do you see her? I know her well. I coached her in ball when she was a
I
kid.
talked to her the other day, and it's the same thing, they wanna bring about bouncy house in also, and I would put the same stipulations on them as I would anybody.
All right, you wanna put that in the form of a motion?
That I make a motion, we approve it with the stipulation that they provide a proof of insurance. How much, what was the number that we had on that as far as insurance?
I'm not sure.
Can you look back and make sure
When is
that
this
they're
event?
within what we've been approving?
Yes.
But, okay, thank you.
When is this one?
The next weekend, isn't it? Isn't it the 8th? What's the date on Sabrina's?
22nd.
March 22nd,
Oh,
March
That's-
22nd.
that's close.
yeah.
When starts at Easter?
End of April.
And the
End of April. They're the end of April and they're the end of, look, Sabrina jumping in here. All right, cool beans. As we move on to number 9,
We gotta vote on that.
did we not vote? My
I
slack.
don't think we voted on-
Okay, we got Travis put in motion, John seconded. Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor signify by aye. Opposed, like sign. Cool beans. All righty. The next thing we have is Allied Bearings invoice. And I hate to tell you, but folks, we gotta pay them. We just have to approve it. And I don't want anybody, don't look at the price of those bearings.
They crazy.
Just look at them.
I've seen them.
You get in there and look, you dig in there, you'll cry when you see it, I'll promise you. They're high.
Couple of bears.
Well, what I can't get, as Travis and I were talking earlier,
One's a motor in it.
Travis and I were talking earlier as to how expensive bearings in general were anymore. God knows they're high. They're
So this
terrible.
is just a duplicate on our thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay. I
What?
got duplicate. It's like 2 in a row,
Really?
the same invoice number.
yeah.
One's a copy.
Oh, you're good, I was just making sure we didn't have 2 of them.
Oh, one's a quote, I think, for
Oh, okay.
order acknowledgement, and the other one's actual invoice.
Yeah, that thing, it's a, wow.
Unfortunately, we have to have them, so there's no getting around it. So I'll make a motion, we approve the Allied Bearing invoice for $4,032.15.
For a
Big-
bearing,
How big are these bearings?
they're
They're
not
not
that
very
big. They're not as big as you think they'd be, I'll tell you that.
Why are they so high?
Is that the only place?
Because they thought we had John Bradford.
Honestly,
mines.
Allied's about the best place to get them.
Well, the good thing is, the better part of Allied doing it is, you can, if something goes wrong, you can get back and do it. I mean,
And-
there's Allied Action, who else? There's
But
all-
most of the places that the third party you would get them from are getting them from Allied, so we're just,
We're just going to the source,
Gotcha.
doing the same thing. Cool beans. All right,
Want
you
to
heard
stand
it.
upside down?
I won't throw it away.
Holy mackerel.
He done hit something.
Oh, you done hit
I did nothing.
yeah, you did. Somewhere in there you hit auto rotate and cut it off when it was standing up. Don't lie, I can tell you the button. It just makes me laugh. All right, we have a motion, a second.
Right there.
Is there, all those in favor signify by aye. Opposed, like sign. Here.
No, no.
Help him out.
He want that.
I got that.
Help him out, help him
I
out.
don't need that.
Agenda.
Yeah, I watched that thing. Oh, you got one, okay. I'm
Everybody
happy,
gets one.
right. Holy mackerel, you're killing me, you're killing me, I'm about to fall out. And, we also have another invoice. That gun, Don, I'm over laughing at you, mine's not popping, but it's okay. And this is Dancor, the invoice and PO.
There's another one of those things that we have to pay regardless. I'll give you an update on what's moving forward with this here in a little bit. But, I'll make a motion, we go ahead and pay it. $7,563 for the people that do our land apply.
Yeah. Every time you see that truck go up and down the road,
Cha-ching.
yeah, that bad boy is not cheap. It is, it's excessive at best. And the problem is, there's not a lot of people do it. There's not a competition to lower prices, I can tell you that. There's nobody to do that with. All right, so you see the motions in front of Travis made a motion to pay Dancor, need a second.
I'll second it.
All right, Sean seconded. Again, it's for the land application where we have to pump our sludge from the sewer plant. That's why we bought the extra land down here, so we could do it ourselves and not rely on other people. And I know Travis is gonna give us an update here in a little bit on to try to cut some of that out, a tremendous amount of it, matter of fact.
Pretty
So,
much doing it ourselves.
yeah, and just eliminate that. It'd make it a lot easier.
$7,000.
So, all that being said, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right, item number 11 is deer archery season here, and this is for 2027. Is it done yet? It ends this month?
It's
Or did it
already-
end last month?
It's in February and.
28th,
pretty much.
and it goes the same, it just adds on like squirrel season, isn't it, how it goes on? Squirrel, rabbit, and quail.
I'll make a motion, we approve for next year for the
I'll
urban
second.
archery.
All right. We have a motion and a second to approve it for 2027. That's the motion being to do what we've done for the last almost 10 years now, I would imagine. So all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Cool beans. All right, agenda 12. Don't look at this. Triple C appraisals. This is for the easements, right, that we have to have to do the road to do Mimosa Street. We have to, that was our part of the deal. The state, the Senate, and the House all went together. They all gave us $1 million apiece. Our part of it is to get the easements and the appraisals. This is what's to be appraised. You see the number. And it's just, they're rounding it to a $900 for the 15 property owners, $13,500. They will move them, you know, if somebody's a little more, a little less. Good thing is part of that's us. We're one of the property owners. Tyler's got some first. He bought the Drexler's thing, goes down the hill. Our right of way, the school owns that. There's no property on the right-hand side all the way to the school. Then you have Wes and what's Smith's name?
John,
Yeah, that on the right side. Then coming back, you know, I don't know who lives in.
who lives in the McLaughlin? Oh, coming back.
Yeah,
That's
Wes
Wes.
has that.
Leonard West,
Leonard West
but he
has
don't
that.
live there anymore.
His wife's in a nursing home. I think they're both in assisted living right now. But then you come back up the other way. So that's the property. Is $13,500. That's going to be our part of it. That's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap compared to the $3.2 million it's going to take to do the job. Get down to some of that.
So we need to approve that?
Yes, we need to pay that bill.
Alright, I'll make a motion, we approve the $13,500 for the appraiser.
Yeah. All right, I have a motion. I need a second.
I'll second him.
All right, thank you, Sean. So there's a motion and a second.
Nobody wants to put their name on the big bills, huh?
Well, what it is that,
And
that
they
one
gotta
there's
be paid.
fine. It's just everything on here today,
It's necessary.
realistically,
Has to be done.
it's to let us know that we're spending the money, pretty much. But we have a motion and a second, and that is to prove that. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right, now, do you see number 13? Lucky 13, lucky 13. That's also the number that our great girl from Cleveland's killing the ball at Tennessee. That's the one she wears. But, not that I would ever be proud of her. But it's updates on the grants. You know, we had made a motion, the last one, to approve to seek the grants from Moss and Ross, and I'm gonna quit right there. Christine, this is your show now for this little bit right here. Not to put you on the thing, I just like that deer in the headlight look when I say that. But she can explain these grants, and I want her to because she has really done some really good work. And we have a lot of positives, y'all. Now, I'll say this, for 8 years, she and I have been working. It was even before I was mayor. I was mayor pro tem. We started, first thing we did was do the logo, the lights. There was a list of things we wanted to get done, and we got to do the grant thing. And so Christine, here, you do it. I'm gonna quit.
So Moss and Ross came and met with us, and when we first applied, we requested $50,000. And they said to us that they really wanted to honor us for what else did we really need, because they looked at us and said there's a lot going on. So they asked us to resubmit our grant request for another $20,000. So the good news is that we've got the support of the Cannon Foundation. It's specifically the Miriam Foundation, the Hayes Foundation of the Cannon Foundation. There's 4 different foundations, and the Hayes Foundation supports, that is his sister, that was Charles Cannon's sister, and she supports community wellness. So part of what we have learned is that in order to really get some of the larger grants, they do want a strategic plan. So it is a 6-month commitment. We will have 4 to 5 different people coming in from Raleigh, Charlotte, Greensboro, the whole region, to help with putting together a strategic plan over the course of the next 6 months. And we will be benchmarking against towns that we feel are similar or like us, with the same mission. And then they will also review our grant funding requests on a state and federal level. That's where it's becoming more competitive. You've got to have a strategic plan. When I spoke with the president of Moss and Ross, she clarified to me, she said, a lot of the foundations now are not giving anything to any municipalities unless there is a strategic plan. So it's really wonderful that we've got the Cannon Foundation behind us. I'm real excited that they are gonna be doing the extended investigation and all of that with us. We had our intern start today from the Catawba Kettner School of Business. We should have a draft of the stuff that we all have created over the years for a template of a strategic plan and an operations plan that we can provide them. So in your deck, you have a list of all the things that are gonna happen over the next 6 months.
Notice how that was applied, the things we're trying to accomplish. That wasn't exactly, what did she say? So I want everybody to hear exactly the words she used. This is, I was telling them to use a garden. I want you to listen to what I'm telling you. These are the things we're going to accomplish, not the things we're trying to do. So it's gonna take a little bit of all of us going and doing and looking. So please take the time to look at these things, because when they call us in here, they will call each commissioner in and ask, hey, what do you think, the direction of your town, how do you feel like you're going? So if we got questions, or if you got anything, please make yourself knowledgeable with what goes on. The Charles Cannon Foundation, we went in and applied for $50,000. That was where we started out, and they said that's not enough. Moss and Ross, that was more than what they quoted. They said, y'all need more than that. So they gave us they told us to not submit the grant at 50, to go back and do it at 70. We were awarded that grant last week. We have not got official notification, but I got an email at 6:30 in the morning, that was official enough for me, because if you wake me up and tell me you gave me money and you lied, I'm gonna come search and hunt for you, because I was really sleeping well. But this is a start, guys, of really good things for us, because again, for that sewer plant, we've met a couple times for that, but that is, realistically, we're an easy 20, maybe 24 million. We have a $2 million budget. We met this morning, Travis and I met with, our engineers now. They gave us a list of things we needed to be working towards to approve that thing, to work on in the town as far as water and sewer, and they threw $1 million at us like it wasn't nothing. Pooh, it's gonna take $1 million to do these projects, we know, over the next 2 or 3 years. All of these things we can offset with grant money stuff, but we have to have somebody that says we're going in the right direction. It can't be the Pat and Jeanette show, or the Christine and Kelly show, or John and any Johns and Travis, or anything like that. That's why Moss and Ross, this endorsement from them is very pivotal in us getting the grants for the larger money. Because when we go to Raleigh, nobody knows where Cleveland's at, imagine that. And this will help us develop our own identity with our own pathway. But in doing that, it also takes us back to Charlotte, to Raleigh, and they become very aware of the positioning of the town and what we're doing, because like it or not, they'd like for their people to stay where they are and come up here and spend money and go back home and live where they're at. They're just on the other end of the spectrum. We'd like for them to come drop off money and go home. They'd like for them to stay there and not move out. So where everybody's happy. We'll see if we can make a winning thing for this. That's just part of it. If you take time to look on there and look at your grants and what we've done, you see something else we ran into, and I ran that by John with the parks. It's Story Walk, and that's with Rowan Public Health and Literacy. We will take the small park up here. We hadn't named it Danny Gabriel Park yet, but that was our whole intention when we did it. And I don't think we varied from that, but it's called Story Walk. There's 20 places it will stop. It'll be every 41 feet, and it'll be a book. It'll be a 20-page book or a 40-page book, depending on how many pages they put in there. They will take care of changing the book while kids are walking or they're out there playing. They can take time and walk all the way around that track and read the story as they go around there. Now, we went back this afternoon and met, and Morningstar came to the Mayor's Roundtable.
No.
Not Morningstar, Cornerstone. And Cornerstone sat down and said, I said, guys, why can't we put the Easter story in those books? And they were excited when we told them about the changing the books, but they're going to change the book every month. You can put that Easter story in there, you can put Christmas in there, you can put Thanksgiving in there. The amount of it's an incredible opportunity for us, and what we will have invested in it is a concrete pad to mount these things on. That's all we have in it. We don't have anything in it. We don't have to change the books or anything. It is maintained for us, so that adds a little more to that park. We're gonna have to pull those swing sets up. Jody, I'm sat real quiet. We got to pull those swing sets up before we do that, because that one is dead on the track. But it really gives us a good chance this. If you see also the Margaret Woodson Foundation, that's for the tasers. Now, I don't know that we've received the money yet, but they need deposit information. Yeah, the next one down,
GCC.
yeah. But I don't know that we've gotten the money, but they did ask for deposit kind of our banking information, so I don't know if that means we got the money or if they're getting ready to take ours and hand it to somebody else. I'm hoping that they're straightforward people and they're gonna send us money and not give it to somebody else. The McDowell Group, and then they have been here. We've got a lot going on, so be very mindful of what you see in front of you as far as grants and what's going on. There is a lot happening. The Power and Partnership Breakfast, do not forget, that is not this Thursday, but next Thursday. We pay the bill, we ought to eat the food, that's just all I'm gonna tell you. From the simple place, that's exactly how I see it. There's some things we'd like to announce, and we're gonna shock them, but we're going to, another thing we're working on, so you guys are abreast, is a West Rowan Business Alliance. Not to be in combat or competition with the chamber, but to create a place that's so we have more of a voice in Rowan County. We have all the farming community here. I mean, there's 4 other farms maybe in the rest of the county. The farming community's here. If we do that and we create that, we carry a bigger voice. Farming, agriculture is the #1 industry in North Carolina by a long shot. But people don't recognize it because every farmer is an individual entity. You know, they're all small businesses, so it doesn't stand out like Atrium Health or Wake Forest or anything like that. They don't have that name. So to make yourself make yourself knowledgeable in what we've got going on there. Don't forget, this is what we have. This can be the Power and Partnership Breakfast we're gonna announce that and watch the chamber's eyes roll, cause they said, oh, we'll help you. They also thought we couldn't get that done, so we're going to give them a little shock therapy there and tell them we're gonna have this done in a year. So there's another thing we're gonna have to work on. So guys, I don't wanna dump on you, that's not it, but time is of the essence of some of these. All of that falling in line with the Commerce Department wanting to help give us money for our sewer plant expansion. They had called and mentioned that to me, so all these things go into helping nudge them gently with a pitchfork, so.
So it says at Trinity Oaks, we usually have that one, the big one at the Ag Center.
They're having it at Trinity Oaks.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I do not know.
We're not gonna get everybody in there.
Well, herein, we will find out. That's all I can tell you.
Got a question about that.
Yep.
Do we have a commitment on how many years they're gonna do that to keep updating?
No, not at this point. They didn't give us an ending date or anything. They were using it as a program to fight literacy, and it had funding, and they were gonna run it till the funding runs out. So if it runs till the funding runs out, and then we have to change the books, so be it, we'll do that. But we're gonna ride that horse till it doesn't
Until
come
it's
out.
empty.
Yeah, if they're gonna help us, and y'all, the other part about that is, guess who'll be the first town to do that?
Honestly,
We will be the first ones to have that and to invest in
see a lot of other
literacy.
towns are looking at what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, and I know you don't know it because you haven't been doing it long enough, but about 6 years ago, we were doing this, and I kept telling other towns, hey, here's what we're doing. I quit telling them what we're doing because everybody's doing
They
exactly
started
what we do now.
They're stealing your
I mean,
idea.
and Jeanette's seen it. I've sat right there. I said, Jeanette, watch this. And we'll go to a meeting and we'll sit down and they'll start talking about the things they're doing. I said, isn't that funny? We've already done all that. So it's not a competition by any means,
But in a way it is.
but the other side of that is there's 551 municipalities fighting for the same money.
Yeah, right.
So it's us against 550. The way I see it, we need to be the top dog here.
That's right. We gotta be number one.
Right. You know, what's that? We'll go Ricky Bobby on you. Second place is first loser.
Shake and bake.
And that it.
We're gonna shake and bake.
That's it, but we're doing good things, y'all. And just to back that up, Christine and I looked at some of the numbers and metrics of what we have in the town as far as our health of our town. And for the first time in 10, 15 years, we are moving in a positive direction, and we are ahead of others in almost every stat in the county. We're ahead of everything in the county. So we're above the curve in the county. We're still below the curve in the state, but we're above the curve in the county, which is moving in a distinctively positive situation. I'll promise you, I told her when we first started, I said, hey, I want people to say, hey, you live in Cleveland. And when we first started, people years ago, when we started all this pushing to do new things, they said, oh, you live in Cleveland.
Cleveland County.
Yeah. Now they go, man, you live in Cleveland? They're doing a lot of different things up there. Same exact words, complete different attitude. So we are moving in a positive direction. Something else, I want you guys to take time in your package. You should have these pictures here, did you?
Yeah.
You see these, this is, when I say this word, remember all we went through over here that one night. Proposal, first meeting you came to. This is a proposal. This is not exactly how we want it, but this is kind of along the lines of what we're trying to do with that park up there. I've used this terminology, and we just need to make sure we all kind of say the same thing. That would be a passive park, while the one at Jeanette's house would be an active park. More ball games, things like that there. This may be a little bit quieter space, maybe a few things for kids, but older adults, you know, this is where you're gonna go cop a squat and eat you know, and do that and read a book. The other one's where you're gonna go sweat. So that's kind of how we'll stick them, because we surely can't have 4 or 5 parks, and we're definitely not New York, and we can't have Central Park. It's about 5 times bigger than our
We don't
town.
want Central Park.
No,
It's a
that's,
mess.
that's a good place to get hurt, so we're not gonna do that. But just so you know what's going on, and you guys are aware.
I like it.
So, look, is there any questions? Y'all please ask. I mean, I'll be glad to tell you, we got so much going on, sometimes it's hard to keep up.
With the park, is it okay if I mention this?
Yeah, do what?
That park is an actual park that's an Indian Trail. So that was to give a vision board to the Robertson Foundation. And that is a park that if we wanted to go and see it, we could and change it and modify it. Last week at the Veteran Coffee, they were talking about suicide and the number of people who commit suicide a day that are veterans. 22 veterans commit suicide every day. In rural regions, that is higher. And part of what we do not have and could have is a space in place that is a reflective, like Pat just said, is more of a quiet space, but also is a space that veterans could go and read with children and partner with children, and we partnering with literacy and being healthy. But healthy is also mental health, and for the veterans, they were talking about they needed a garden. So I showed it to them and said, this is just something we're thinking about. What do you think? And they said, we want this. And they said, have you thought about putting bricks there to have, you know, the memorial names? I said, yes, we have. And they said, well, are you aware that Fayetteville just did a beautiful garden for veterans? They raised $1 million off of the bricks. And I said, no, I'm not that familiar with that one. I did the one in Winston, but they said that they would be part of a committee for us. So we have a 6-member committee that includes Daimler, the 250-some veterans from Daimler, just a representative of those veterans, I should say. But then we have the Legions, and I put that all in your packet, but they have committed to meet with me in the next 2 or 3 weeks to start raising $100,000 to do the infrastructure for this. Veterans Day is in November, and so our goal is to get this moving so that we can have something, but
Have a celebration.
a celebration in this year because it is the U.S. birthday. So they said that they would move with me pretty quickly. But when you look at it, we have the parking, we have the land is valued, all the stuff that we've done. A lot of the grant writing is what has the town invested? The town has invested a lot of money, and we have competing priorities. So something like this, when you look at something like this is not something that we have funding for, but there are buckets of money in parks, specifically to prevent suicide and to have a green space that is going to be here for eternity, or at least has the potential for that. So when we talk about the sewer plant and what we were able to get from DOT and our representatives, this was to improve public safety of the streets. The sewer plant is infrastructure. Both of those are infrastructure. This is community enhancement. This is community wellness, and we're the only town, when you think about Rowan County, and Pat will talk about this at the meeting, we're gonna do a slide deck where he explains the impact that we have on the West Rowan area. We're the only town that has the sidewalks. So I've had at least 5 people come by today and talk about the clearing of the trees and how happy they are to have the trees cleared.
Have
So
y'all
what
paid
we-
attention to go by that park and look, and you'll see, and all we did was clean the corner out. We just cleaned our property to the line.
But they said it really made a difference, and they felt like it was, that they were excited that the town was paying attention. And so we've asked for 6 more benches and 3 or 4 picnic tables, and a new swing set from the Robertson Foundation. That would give us immediate things that people can enjoy while we raise the $100,000. That's the strategy.
Now, in this, if you look at this, and I know y'all looking at it going, good gosh, and it does have my favorite trees in there, all these beautiful crepe myrtles, and they're the wrong color, but I like a dark red. That's just me, you know, I like it where it's almost blood red. But the idea is to put the walkway and have flags and pieces, and just to give you the flags and the service flags in the center.
In the center, yeah.
And we also thought about, and instead of doing a circle, maybe doing because we're trying to suck money out of freight liner. But, yeah, you know, but the Western Star thing, and also that star's on our logo. If we put that star in the middle instead of the circle, then we can put a circle around the star and make it look nice, but put the very center of the star where the flag is and work our way out from there. It's just brickwork. We're not talking about, you know, anything crazy, but in hopes to say, hey, y'all, look, we'll let you put your name on this, but you're gonna have to pay for it if you're gonna put your name on it. So that's
Like if you have a veteran in your family, put their name and branch, years of service.
On
all
the
that-
brick.
And do that on the brick.
Favor.
And I'll tell you a prime example, if y'all have ever gone, and I know that I've gone a dozen times in the last little bit, but that's over to Winston-Salem and gone when the high schools played ball, and you go into the gym over there. And if you'll pay attention to the
Oh,
ground,
yeah, it is. Mhm.
every bit of that's done that way.
Yep.
And it's not just it's veterans on one side, and you go to the other side, and it's something else. I mean, but that is a very inexpensive way to do something that's really, really nice. Then if you wanna get super fancy, you can do it with rubber bricks, and it'll be nice and soft when you walk on it, but that's a whole different ball game there. But I'm just saying, I saw a nice horse barn like that, good gosh. This is, we're doing a lot, and we're doing it with a lot of money from somebody else. So, obviously, you know, we can't afford to go out and do all these things at one time, that's out. But as long as we keep doing everything and try to have a plan to make it work towards the big picture, that's what we're looking for. All right, we'll quit doing that for a second. Let's go. We have the Cleveland Community Volunteer Fire Department. And in front of you guys, you see, this is what we signed up for. We paid them half once, and this is the second half. This is our second installment of the amount of money we agreed to pay them. So,
I'll make a motion, we approve the $30,000 for the Cleveland Fire Department.
there's our motion. Is there a second? All right, everybody seconded, so therefore we don't need to vote. No, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right, does we have anything closed session? You got anything at all? All right, we'll scratch through that bad boy and say it's on there, but we're done with that. Tom, that way y'all ain't gotta move, you can sit still. All right, commissioner reports. John Brown, have you got anything zoning wise, other than watch these
Other than that,
people
we'll
do
be
the car?
meeting at the end of the month.
Watch that
And,
car.
just let me know if, she comes to you and we need to discuss anything.
I tried to do that as nice as I could, not. If those are their intentions, I also know we approved a community garden for a lady to do out here, and we've been mowing that thing ever since. Hadn't seen the first breaking in the ground, so if they're redoing the house, I don't think they're gonna be doing any gardening, especially once I went
Not with
into.
2 kids.
Not in that house, Lordy.
She said they're gonna fix it.
That's the house up the street.
Costs a lot
That's
of
the
money.
house up there.
Well, the kitchen floor has a 6-inch swag in it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
Just
the
put a
white
drain
house
in the
up the
center
street.
of it.
Yeah, the Danny Payne lives on that house,
Okay.
Reva's house. Yeah, it's got a 6-inch swag in the kitchen floor. Let me just help you, the ground ain't settled in the last 100 years. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right, Janetta Netta,
I don't have anything, but I have a question.
we're not
Okay,
answering any questions.
Yes,
We're
you're
telling
gonna
a
answer
lie.
this. I was riding and I went down Academy and they got a little dip there. Is that ours or the state? It's
Oh, I
right
hate
there
to
when you turn, you know what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
exactly what you're talking about. I can tell you who it is. That's our dip.
That's our, okay.
That's our dip. We'll
Okay.
add that one on that list, cause we, oh yeah, there it is. I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, that's us.
Okay.
Realistically, for anybody, the streets in Cleveland, Main Street, the whole Main Street, and then
Church Street.
Church Street, and Third Creek Church Road, those are the states.
School
Right
Street.
now,
School Street's the state?
yeah, School Street's the
Right,
state,
yeah.
and right now Mimosa Street's the state.
Mhm.
Because remember, in order to get the funds, they won't work on a municipality's street,
We gave it to them.
but we gave the street to them, they're gonna fix it, then they're gonna give it back to us.
Mhm.
So, and they don't have to give it back to us, I'm fine with that, but that'd be one less thing, but it's also a lot of Powell bill money we wouldn't get, so that'll work out
And
better.
there was another dip on Davy Circle. Is that where they were working on that water line or something?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
It'll be dippy for a little bit,
Okay.
because we're gonna have to dig down and run that tap that we just talked about, so there's no need to do anything till we get that one done.
Okay.
If there's anything else, cause Travis and I looked today and there's a 600 and how many feet was it, dip that's getting ready to show up on Third Creek Church Road. A 12-inch sewer main, so that'll
Oh.
tell you, it's gonna be, it's the first thing on the list to get fixed,
All right.
so that tells us again.
That's it.
All right, Sean, you got anything?
I've got the fire department.
All right, put it on, speak dog.
They had 41 calls for fire, 6 motor vehicle accidents, 20 medical, total of 67 for the month. No updates on any of the apparatuses. They did take a tour of the Daimler plant to familiarize the fire department and staff of any of the new hazards that they might have. Shift coverage is at 100%. The 4 new part-time members are fully integrated into the schedule, and budget and planning's in progress. The town CCD FD contract is in progress, so it says.
Okay. John Moore?
One question, did you say Church Street is the state's?
Yeah, well, not church, it's Third Creek Church,
Okay.
church is what
I
runs through
always,
the bridge.
no, I'm pretty sure Church Street, is it ours?
It's ours,
Thought so.
but they paved it for us.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, don't tell them any different. When they were paving
Okay,
them,
I
they
knew
went
they-
right
I
down
knew
there and
they
paved
paved-
our street for us.
I
So
knew they paved it,
That was it, they paved it, yes, they did, you're absolutely correct, no.
cause that's what I was going off
thought it was
of, if they paved it, it's theirs.
Is
Yeah,
that,
but they got on a roll and whoever was dumping asphalt kept on dumping, they took a left, I said, go on, go on to the
Tell them after
end,
they're
don't
done.
stop halfway down the street.
And Duke Power cut that old maple tree down there at the corner.
Yes, they did. So it helped us out completely. But I'm gonna tell you what, now that tree was leaning on the line.
Yes,
It was laying on the line.
Looked like it sort of hauled out in the middle too.
Yeah, it was pitiful. Anything else?
No, sir.
John Bradford, you got anything, T-Bone?
Oh, yeah. Repaired the water meter on Parish Street, they've been doing a lot of extra sampling on the lift stations to find out some extra stuff that's been coming to the sewer plant. Motor and ditch 2 installed, they're installing an inverter, just so it's cheaper on us. Been working on the clarifier. The big thing, as far as the sewer side, we have the screw press coming. What that's gonna enable us to do is make the land apply more solid, and hopefully, we'll be able to spread it ourselves, and we don't have that Dancore bill anymore. Which that's roughly about $7,000-8,000 every quarter.
Wow.
hmm,
How much is that for?
Huh?
We, 2 years we'll pay for it.
It's about, the screw press itself is about $45,000.
We got an ROI of 2 years.
So,
That's a good investment.
but we're gonna have to buy some type of, I'm not gonna call it a honey wagon, but,
That's exactly what it is. Don't let them lie to you.
but it's more like, to me, it's gonna be, we're gonna try out some different wagons to see which one works for us the best, spreading that almost cake-like, almost like, I don't know, real thick lime, wet lime. But just trying to reduce costs at the end of the day. And this will be able to be integrated in our new system once we get it. So that's one thing we've been really concentrating on, not to waste money that won't work with our new plan. As far as general, obviously they cleared off all those trees at the park, at Gabriel Park, oil changing and the Genie lift is back up, they had to replace the pump. Which cost us an arm and a leg, but it's up and running, so.
Yeah, what was it? It was almost $6,000. How much was the pump?
I can't remember how much that pump was.
It was $50-something $100, wasn't it? Like
I think so.
$5,600
Yeah,
or
it was
something for a
expensive.
pump.
But hopefully we won't have any trouble with that, not, at least my lifetime.
It's expensive. You got anything else? Sean, I didn't mean to forget you, but I was looking over there at the end of that table, and it wasn't you I saw that scared me. It was that guy we didn't let get up and tell us the police report thing. I cut him right out, didn't I? I didn't even mean to. I done sent him to the chief. See, it didn't bother. He didn't speak up,
No,
did
he
he?
didn't.
He didn't
Just
say
going
a
with the
word.
flow. I mean, I will speak when asked. All right, for the month of February for the police department, there were 57 calls for service, 259 traffic stops with 192 citations, 96 warnings. 7 warrants were sought, and there were 11 arrests. And then we had 4 traffic accidents that we took care of.
I want you.
My wife was one of the warnings.
Tell us, say slow down.
Deserved it. Well, she should, sure, gotta take it.
Hey, it'll be all
He was
right.
nice to her.
We try to be.
I'm gonna say this, and then I don't know how to say it. I'll just be straightforward. That's a damn good job. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't dress it up because I remember sitting here saying we had 3 traffic stops for the month. We had 0 warrants, 0 arrests. We didn't do anything. We had 3 traffic stops, and we wrote 1 ticket. I've heard a bunch of those, and people.
Not lately.
No, but I heard a lot of those for a little while. But thank you, thank you,
I'll let
thank you
the-
guys doing a good
I'll let
job,
them
man.
know.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Okay, for me, we still not closed on some of the land stuff. Is that everything, Chief? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
As far as I know, that is all, you know, as you well know, we'll be starting up the things again in April with the 5K and the concerts and everything, so.
Sure enough, that 5K is April the 15th, and guys, I would invite every one of them, if you're not in it, to take the time and ask. And these guys will be out early in the morning setting out cones and stuff. Ask if you can help them. You know, it ain't nothing. You get Sean, you got your golf cart. Travis has got his. I'll go back and fix mine where some idiot tore it up, and it was nothing. But I won't even go down that road. Nothing broken
Oh,
bad.
not
Just
on the
I got
golf
to take
cart,
the
on my
body
cycle
off to
side,
fix
yeah.
it, to put a screw in. Because somebody messed with something. They should not even been messing with it. So, but anyway, those, if you got a chance, you got a way to get out and help them.
We arrested
Help 'em.
twice.
It's a good cause. It's and
April
it's
18th.
April 18th. It would be my dad's birthday if he was still here. So that is a very worthwhile cause. And we also had a discussion today to try to go and get those guys. Not only they do a golf tournament to raise money for the Bible teachers, they do this 5K. They do they do a silent auction. And we went to them and said, hey, why don't you guys do a fish fry? I know Travis and I were involved in one for FFA this weekend, and they're probably in excess of $40,000 that they raised for that one fish fry. That would help the Bible teachers tremendously if we would go in that. You know, it's not us doing it, but we tried to plant the seed for a church here in town to do it. So if you hear anybody ask, I say, yeah, man, we're trying to make sure the Bible teachers stay in. There's only one other. I think South Rowan has Bible teachers, nobody else but us. And East Rowan's trying. They're trying to do that, but we've had Bible teachers for years, supported completely by the community. And you know, I don't know what your religious feelings are or anything like that. Don't want to step on anybody's toes, but if you don't look at anything else but a history book, you need to learn something. You know, there's the history of the world right there in that Bible. So take the time to read it, and I hope this is going to work out for them. I really do. Is there any new or unfinished business anybody can think of? All right, so I got 37 things over here. I got bad math skills, so really, it's one thing we need to talk about. When Rebecca was here, she took pictures and all and did it with her camera. we've got to buy a camera of some kind if we're gonna take pictures and do our events and do that. Now, and I would say it would behoove all of us to learn how to use it. And the bad part about Rebecca's camera was, we were gonna use it and play with it one night and send her home with some pictures that she couldn't talk about, and none of us could even turn the blame thing on. So that's something, we're gonna look for a little bit of simplicity, but in order to get a good camera, bag and everything to hold it, or a hard case for it and all, we're gonna be over $1,000 to get a good one. We can buy a cheaper camera, but then by the time you did, Kelly and I looked at it, you buy a camera, and then if you buy a better lens, so you hadn't got to chase everything, you've already spent the same amount of money. You might as well go ahead and buy it all in one whack. And we're not talking about a wildlife lens. Them dadgum things, it's easy to get a $20,000 lens. And I mean, easy, they're everywhere, so don't think that that's a hard thing, but we're probably gonna be under 1,500 is what we were thinking. Because we said it'd probably be around 1,000. If you get a bag or whatnot, make sure you've got everything for it. You know, they're gonna charge, there's not gonna be batteries, it's gonna charge, it'll have a charge or whatnot, but we need to move in that direction. We need the board's approval. I mean, we could do it without that, but it would be better if we all know what we're doing. So if everybody's okay with that, we'll go ahead and go that direction.
I have no problem with
I have no problem.
I mean, I want, you know, we're gonna have to, and again, if we take it up there and somebody feels that burning urge to take pictures, John can do it.
There you go.
John, listen, but I mean, it's fine, but the best pictures are the ones you don't try to take, you know, and I'll give you, I mean, cause Rebecca she had a terabyte of pictures over there, but you take a picture and you see something you like, well, heck, she'd take 10 and then pick the best one out.
Yeah.
And that's just part of what goes on. So it is really, 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 that's something we're gonna have to work for. Now, something else, John Bradford and I have talked about 100 times, and I want you to think about it. We're moving in to concert series again, right? The Porta-Johns are costing us almost $7,000 a year. Every time we do those, we could have built a bathroom. So this is the 4th year, the bathrooms would all be built and we'd have them everywhere by now. So my question to you is, we're gonna continue to rent Porta-Johns, or we gonna bite the bullet and build us some bathrooms? Because where we would plumb them would be the corner of Mill Street and Depot Street. It's easy, we've got water and sewer right there. So if we did them, we would probably turn them so you could walk between them to go down to the amphitheater. So the thing is, not only is it, are we gonna do it, but placement of them. We kind of need to all say, hey, the amphitheater's what we're gonna do, which I think everybody in here is all in good motion for that. We would put them, we can do 1 or we can do 2 this year, but it would, I don't care, but every year we rent Porta-Johns, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. And it would be nicer to have a real bathroom versus a Porta-John.
Because they have lights.
Well, they got lights, and there'd be a sink to wash your hands, and it would be water, and I don't know. And we've gone back and forth. Listen, y'all, I'm asking for your opinion. Don't let me. If you use a container's considered temporary, but it's solid enough to build a structure in, right? If you use a container, that's just your inside-outside wall. If you build one from the ground up, John and I have talked about it, you're not gonna be a lot of difference, but where we get eaten up with differences is the ADA compliance and everything else inside. Because it's a temporary structure, it's not as bad. Now, would we make them ADA compliant? Sure, but they don't follow the same strict rules. Now, the other thing about that container, there's a kit for $600, we can take our tractor and move them. So they wouldn't have, that's what makes them permanent but not permanent. So if we had a hookup at the park, let's say we had National Night Out and we needed more bathrooms, or if we did anything like that, it is possible for us to move them to another location. We would just have to have them plumbed where we could put them kind of like a fire hydrant hookup deal. No, not like a fire hydrant. Nobody wants a sewer hydrant, but same kind of thing. So I don't know what you guys think. I see advantages to both of them. I see disadvantages to both of them. We can rent one of those daggum pull-along trailers. They're $1,700 a piece for one bathroom a day.
And that's just renting.
Renting.
1,700 a day?
Oh, yeah, if you get one that's got 3 or 4 bathrooms in it, it's got
Oh.
3 or 4 things, they're $6,000 a day, so get down on it. So we can buy one of those, and maybe we can rent it out to somebody else, but I'm telling you, I'm not running up and down the road carrying the bathroom, I ain't got time.
Who's gonna clean it?
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, you know, and that's another
John's
thing.
the park guy.
John,
Oh, yeah,
John
yeah,
Reeves,
yeah.
Parks, Rec, and sanitation, all of a sudden, we're gonna add sanitation on there. But,
Restoration?
and sanitation engineer, but I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you think in that direction, and I'm all open. I mean, look, we got to have a forum here, cause y'all, we're wasting time, and we don't have to do it this year if you don't want to. But I see us throwing away another bathroom to rent them.
This year.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, we're swapping money out, and I don't mind Cedric doing and helping. I'm all for helping him. But I'm also all for us looking after us too. Cause we spent $6,800 last year, I think. And the year before that, it was 64. And and again, they supported John. And I don't mean that bad, but we can build, if we built 2 of these bathrooms, which would be about, if we could do them for 15,000, I don't know if we could or couldn't. But that would be this year, next year, they're paid for. Again, our return on investment, they're gonna be there. They're not going anywhere. Where if we do something else, it would be.
Who would we have maintain them?
We would have to maintain them. But I'm gonna tell you, that maintenance is cheap compared to dumping them. And one thing we could put one, if the church would let us, we could put one at the Masons Lodge, because there is a water and sewer tap right there. We're on top of the line. They can't build anything over it because sewer right away goes through there, right next to the Masonic Lodge, right this side of the building. There is a manhole there, and there's water, and the Masonic Lodge said they'd let us hook onto their stuff for no cost, but we would be sitting in the church's parking lot. And I don't think that would be a big issue for them, because it's a plus for them for it to sit there. So we could put one there and one at the bottom with the ability to move them and do something later. Now, I will tell you, this is,
Yes, portable stuff there.
this is my thought pattern on the amphitheater, and I want you guys' input here too, because Lord God, we don't want it to be the Pat Pfeiffer project, because I'll have a pole in the middle and people be dancing if I do it. We don't want all that. That's not, no, don't listen to me, but if we do the amphitheater, I can get you to look right now. If you'll Google on your map, you can do it on every one of these tablets. Go to Google and look up Iron City, North Kansas City, Missouri. Iron Park, Iron City, but you pull up North Kansas City and see what you come up with. Oh Lord, don't lay it down on me now.
Those
And-
are
What you gotta do to
self-contained, you
make
gotta
it
clean them
right?
out, pump them out.
What's
We
that?
don't want that.
No, we're going
You
to
gotta do
feed
something
it
to
our
make it
sewer system.
right.
Ain't gonna be any pumping and all. It's gonna be,
Do I have to have my?
Well,
thing?
I mean, they're just like a
Is it
camper.
on?
Yeah.
that's all, what they have is a holding tank.
Yeah,
And
but,
that guy-
I mean, you
Well,
could plumb it straight down, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I really wanna do that either.
And the thing is, it's still a temp, those things aren't made out of anything. It's like the difference,
Okay.
you know.
What, if you put them down there on the Mills,
It's in
Mill
where,
Street
Pat?
and
Go to Google, look at Iron
Depot.
City, go to North Kansas City, Iron City, not Iron City Barbecue. Let me look on it. You know I can't see squat.
I just got that. You said North Kansas.
North Kansas City, Missouri, and watch it. It'll come up. Do Iron City and then do it that way. It'll show you.
North Kansas City.
Iron District?
There you go. I couldn't remember what it was. It was on 16th Street. I had a plan on 14th Street. All my truck drivers stopped over there and said, "Hey man, you need to go eat because they got these things
Is
here."
that it?
yeah, that's what they,
Are you looking about the food trailers?
Look and see if it's,
yeah.
That's what,
What are we
it's a
looking
big
for?
square of food trailers.
yeah, but that square is
Oh,
172 by 172 with 16,
Cargo containers.
right. The
Yeah.
16 cargo containers
Oh.
rent for $2,000 a piece. The man makes 32 grand a month
Yeah.
on his containers.
Iron District.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you see, the point being, in looking at it, if we did, you see how they've got them all painted different colors and all that? If we took the amphitheater and we used containers and we did our bathrooms out there, because their bathrooms are there, those are the well, that's the top of one. There's a their bathrooms are made out of 20-foot containers too. They got bathrooms in there. But if we did that and painted them, as you saw that block and did that, if we went around the top, Now, this is me, y'all, and I'm thinking, so please, you can stop me and tell me I'm crazy. It'll be the first time anybody's ever told me that, I promise. This is the top, if we did Mill Street up here, the road comes down, and I'm sorry we're using up this time, but it's the only time we get it. If the road's here, here's Dennis Barber Shop, if we put one here and one here, and went down to the, and that's how we entered, is in that corner. If we put one here and one here, we entered between the bathrooms. It went down in here because we'd make those steps. All this whole bottom area is 6 foot of difference. We ran it on topo map, the whole bottom of that hole. So if we did 3 2-foot increments, we could have the whole thing leveled. It would just be flat, 2 feet, 2 feet, and we would cover it grading wise, which is very easy to do. All we'd have to do is put a retaining wall twice. And we can do all this work. This is easy. But if we took those and made that corner and we did the bathrooms with those, and we went all the way around with these containers, right? And painted them like those are painted, we can cut the backs out and put a deck on the back of them. We can rent those things. If we have sponsors, like today, what did we get from F&M
$3,000.
for a sponsor for our thing? F&M could use one and say, here's y'all's container.
Where you gonna put these bathrooms?
At the corner of Mill Street, there is a manhole right there. We have to cover it
That's
every
the-
blame
yeah,
time.
The southern corner, where it goes off Depot.
There's one at the northern
There's
corner
right there
and
ahead.
one at the southern corner.
Okay.
You got a manhole both places, on both ends. But if we do it on the corner here, and we did these containers, and we opened up the back where somebody could rent the containers. If a church did it, if a church wanted to sell something at a concert or anything, there would be containers now. But the better part is those containers create a fence all the way around there. And whether we like it or not, it's never happened, but we're gonna have to look after the safety of our kids and stuff there, y'all. And that puts everybody inside. It creates a visual barrier. You can't hang out here. If you're gonna be at the concert, you're gonna have to be in there, which helps. It makes it a whole lot easier. I know the chief then would like it a whole lot more if everybody was kind of corralled, and if you got something around it. Now, if we go to where the old mill used to be, up here in this corner, we can put a child's park there. That's not anything we got to do today. We can put a child's park up there. Everybody in here can see what those kids are doing. There's no way to get to those kids. We'll put a fence around there. If we take Mill Street and run it all the way around, make it loop, the stage would be down here in the lower part of the hole. I'm showing these guys. I'll show you guys. Stage will be here. Pay attention. You know, I draw like a daggum chief. But you see the stage will be here in the bottom. We put these containers here, right here where it's flat. John, you remember when that red barn was there? Yeah. If we do that and put a pole building and put doors on it, that could be a farmer's market or handicap parking or a place for somebody to come and say, hey, we want to do these things. Because everything we do here is going to have to be multi-purpose. It can't be, we're just going to have a concert there 4-6 times a year. That doesn't make sense. But if we can do that, they could use that building if we put up roll-up doors in it. We can close it off. If we have the concert stages here, we can take that flat spot and make it, you know, a garage with double entrance. But you can shut it and use it for different things. You can also go out back here and handicap parking, could pull in there and park and have a deck off the back to look down there. There wouldn't be any more conflicts about handicap parking. If we go all the way around here, if we have vendors, the vendors can come up here and set up on Mill Street. And that keeps a break between us and them. There'd be one way in and out. It works out all right. We don't have to build a fence, but if we can do that and rent the containers, if the container, the price of the container comes with the sponsorship, skyboxes is kind of what I'm,
Right.
envisioning that. And we're not talking about it. All that container is going to be is a building. We can put power in it, put a mini split in it if we have to, and that can up the price of our sponsorship. Also, if we have a concert and we have to start charging, we already have a way, a barrier where you got to pay to go in or pay to come out or check tickets or however we do it. But thinking, I'm trying to, y'all know, you got to look, I think, it's way out there. I know I'm way off charts, but if we create we get our fall festival, our town's day, the thing we do first weekend, The big goal for us would be to fill up every one of those things with sets of vendors all the way around it. Then all of a sudden, we really have an event, and they're down in there with it. Then we could add a band on stage that day. We have community day and do that. Billy Russ and them want to have a car show. They're wanting us to close that street, which is simple, close that street. It's not a big deal. I told them I don't think that would be an issue. But in the same issue, if somebody else did that, they could come back and go all the way around that thing and pull into the bottom side of that park, and they could park on the grass around there, weather permitting. And you could put a ton of cars around, all the way around there, and set them on different levels. Now, we're already moving towards that, fixing the amphitheater by changing the drainage of Main Street to make it where it'll drain across that field without flooding that road, which is something that should have been done 75 years ago. It wasn't done right when it started because Cleveland wasn't nothing, and all you had to do was let that water run down through there, and it just went off in a hole. But in us doing the lodge, the maintenance lodge, doing the parking lot there, that gives us a right of way to put the drainage in to go into the street. One of the containers would cover that drainage thing. So it also gives us a chance, if we wanted to run lights, you could hook the lights to the building and drape them down to the stage, and it'd be pretty, but that's aesthetics. I'm just trying to talk about the functionality of what's there. I don't care what we do, but this is an easy, inexpensive fix. And it's not something you gotta do. You don't have to put them all in there at one time. Containers are cheap. By gosh, they're not going away. They're everywhere. And all you gotta do is paint them. And you see, like in that Iron City, I would have never considered that before had I not seen that. But they painted each one a different color, and on the backside, they painted a big graffiti art. They hired a graffiti artist to paint nice things. I mean, it's not cheaply done. It's so funny, even their power comes in a 20-foot container standing on end. On that end, the power and everything runs into that container. It's all a deck. There's a TV mounted on it. All the utilities run in that container standing up. So everything on that lot is a container with the exception of the sails, the tarp things they run across the top of it. So it gives us a lot of opportunity. Decks, while they're expensive, they're not that expensive. You're not building a Godzilla, you're building you're building a stoop out the back. But it would really dress that place up and make it where we have something extremely, extremely different and unique from anybody else. But it serves two purposes. It creates that barrier, and it keeps us, because that's going to become a problem, y'all. Our things are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, I would have never thought they were as big as they are now, but they will get bigger, and it will create issues further down the road. So if we're proactive instead of reactive, it'll be less expensive and not so much to bite off. So I don't know what you're thinking, but it's all this, that's not now. But if we're building bathrooms, it's just like we're doing the sewer plant, and we're not going to spend money on something that we don't need to use. So we could do that. Those things are painted. That is a 20-foot tall container. All the things are in there. They're only open Tuesday through Saturday, and every container is $2,000 a month, and there's, like I said, there's 16 on there. That's a pretty good income to paint those containers once a year. And they've got them red, blue, green, the whole everything. Now, those aren't like that in there. They've got 3 restaurants. They've got a brewery. They've got some boutiques in there. They've got all kinds of stuff in there. But it's in North Kansas City, so they close at 9. They get to Sam Hill out of there. They don't play. It's time to go when it's time to go. That 172 by 172 includes their parking also. So it's not taking up much room. That man's turning some money on that. But I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you guys think. You might tell me I'm crazy. We ought not do any of this, but we got a chance to really do something nice, and we can do a lot of this ourselves. And as far as funding it, if the board can pay Kepley's, and Kepley's will donate a tremendous amount to us. I don't have to work that, but if we can pay the Kepley's to do some of that. The Kepley's can do the grading. We can do the grading to get all the grading done and get it set up to set the containers and do that part. Then when we go to the state and say, hey, now we need the stage. And we can go and get money for the stage from Commerce and any of those people. Tourism, all those, we can hit them up. That allows us to have a really nice stage versus a halfway stage and a lot of stuff.
And there'll be
some type of bathrooms at the stage too. So
Yes.
You'll have two different.
We just have to pump it from down there, there's no way around that, but that's for the stage, but if you think, in looking at what we have now, and how many people we have, that would also open that whole street up to parking. And that helps us in that aspect. I don't know what you guys thinking, this is not even me thinking out loud, but I just,
Well, we've talked about
I
this
mean, me and
many, many
Travis have
times.
multiple times, cause we've gone in there and looked at how do we lay this out, and it'll work great. And the bands, I mean, everybody said, man, you do that, we wanna come play, but I don't want us to be, I'll give you an example, Faith is borrowing the stage, ours the 25th, 26th of June, in June, they're borrowing it the week before, they changed their street dance so they could use our stage, so they didn't have to set up a stage yet. Faith has a brand new stage, and where they put it in town, they can't use it for anything, it doesn't seat enough people. It doesn't have a bathroom, we went in it, y'all, the place for
Oh,
the
yeah.
band to get ready is, that
It's a
that
closet.
room in there is a whole lot bigger than
It's
any
double
room
the
that's on the
size.
stage, it's just not done, but for us, if we did the stage, again, and we use roll-up doors, we've gotta close it off one way or another, if we use roll-up doors, you could use it for, you could have events there, inside, now, for me, I think the greatest thing for us to do is see and watch the high school graduation go across that bad boy, because they could set up all week, and then come down here and they'd be ready to go. That would keep them off the football field, out of that part. But whether they do it or not, I don't know. But there's a lot of opportunity if we go that route. We could have a bluegrass festival. We could have a cheerleading competition. We could do any of those things. I'm just thinking of things that make money. But that lends us to a lot more opportunity if we do it right. Now, we do that and say, hey, we're gonna do this, then you can laugh about the cheerleading thing, but those crazy teams. I've been to Atlanta multiple times and gone to the World Congress Center. The entry fee's something, to rent one of those rooms where you can go practice in, it's a whole complete different thing. I want you to think about that, you just paid $200 a kid. There wasn't but 27,000 cheerleaders last time I was there. They paid $200 a kid to come in there, then rented a room for their teams to go in there. And if you didn't want to hear 5, 6, 7, 8, here we go, you didn't want to go. That's all I can tell you, but it's different. That's way out of here, but we will not limit ourselves if we do it right. And the objective is, if we do this and we do the grade and do all that, and the town can pay for as much of that, then the state will contribute a whole lot to the stage. Also, we don't have to pay engineering costs for the grading. And that's gonna save us a ton of money. If we go ahead and do it ourselves, it's already set up. We can grade it any way we want to, we don't have anything. You see, we're dodging that. If we go in there and do it as one big project, then we're gonna have to pay engineering fees and all that for everything that goes on down there. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure the Kepleys do know how to move dirt and put it where it needs to
So
be.
what do we need to do to move forward with at least the bathroom for right now?
That's what I was getting, yeah, we just need to decide, are we gonna build our own and then do containers around there, or we wanna build little houses around, heck, we can go buy those Amish buildings. I know plenty of places, but they're not.
They won't last.
But you can put a container down there, that bad boy sit there for 50 years and nothing ever happens. If something happens, you pull one out, put another one in.
So
It's-
what do we need to do?
Right, what we need to do is decide, we wanna build our bathrooms, we wanna build them in a container.
What's the cost difference? I mean, end to end, like, soup to nuts from.
All right, well, let's see,
brick and
we're gonna rough it right quick, how
Yeah.
about that, let's rough it. So if we do an 8x20, which is what, a small, if you do an 8x20, you can put 3 bathrooms in each one, so you could put,
container, 8x20.
yeah, 8x20, I've got 2 of them sitting down there, you can put 4 bathrooms in each one if you want to, but really the thing to do would be do 3 bathrooms, do 1 handicap, and put a closet, and the closet's not a closet, but the closet's a place to hide an instant on water heater and hide your plumbing and make it all come out in one place. You understand what I'm saying? And you can set the wall, the good thing is you can, now, the other option is, do you open up and go inside and it's a bathroom, or do you put an individual door for every bathroom? That's probably the easier way, cause you can hide all of your plumbing and everything inside and have it drop out like a camper. You know what I'm saying, you can have a water hookup and a thing and do it that way.
hookup down there.
And we got a
We got a
place to
manhole
hook up.
right there.
We got a manhole right there. We can run 2 of them and put them on each side.
Okay.
That's why I say if we do 2 of them, you got a man and a woman. Now, they're gonna say, well, the bathrooms aren't up here. I'm gonna say, well, guess what? It's okay. You just gonna have to walk the left. You're gonna have to take a stroll and go down here to the bathroom.
If I was going to the bathroom, I'd rather go down there, away
In
from
a
the
good
crowd,
one.
at a crowd, away from the crowd, than up there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, if
I
you
don't
got a
know why,
sink,
That's just me.
if you got a sink and water and all that, it's a whole lot better deal. But we can put one where we've been putting the porta johns, we just gonna have to get permission from the church.
Not.
But I'm thinking if we're gonna do them, it'd be better for us to put them down there and let's do them on our stuff and not mess with anybody's. I mean, I'm sorry that you're gonna have to walk another 50 feet.
Nobody's gonna care.
I say we,
Especially
honestly,
if they start
people,
to
how many you wanna do at one time? 2 containers or one?
If- I would think we'd do 2 containers, cause that would cover that corner. And then if we had to, we could do the other 2. But if we fixed the park where we had a place to hook them up, and we had something at the park or somebody needed to rent one, we can take our tractor and pull that thing down there and move it if that's what we wanted to do.
That's a big thing to move.
not really.
Oh, Lord, like pulling a 16-foot
I ain't
tractor.
talking about that, get it down the road and that kind of stuff.
No, it's
Lord, no,
not.
huh? They move them all the
They,
time.
they
man.
got
Don't
these
be-
on wheels?
You got a wheel kit.
They got a
that
wheel
goes-
out there.
You got a wheel kit that hooks on the back and the hitch, it hooks on the front, you take a tractor and go.
But you gotta
Like where
unhook
Dennis
your
Barber
lines.
Shop is.
That's why I say if you make them where your lines, that's what, also what makes it temporary, but if we did that and put a 1-foot wall and did it in the closet and had all our stuff dumped in one place, we can dump it to a V to the middle and make it work. That's all gravity flow. I don't know
Yeah, I
what you
know.
guys are thinking. I mean, help me, I'm trying to tell you all the things I know.
Okay, what do, like I said, what do we need to do right this second
What we
to
need,
move forward with the containers?
if we're gonna do
So
that.
you're saying putting one on the other side where Dennis Barber Shop is?
All right, where Dennis Barber Shop is, on that corner,
Mm-hmm.
put one that goes down Mill Street and one that goes down the other street.
It'll be on us.
It'll all be on us, cause see, there's a concrete pad there, you know where they set those porta johns now, and that dumpster sits there. That's on our land.
They're gonna be towards the bank, not the other side.
Yeah, on the other side. of
All right,
the
I'm gonna do this one more time, and I'm
They
gonna try
would-
to draw
they
it
would
right
be
so you
on
can
Our
understand.
corner, Not the,
I'm talking about.
Dennis Barber Shop,
I
I'm gonna
know.
put a big D in here.
I know what you're
This is the
saying.
road, here's Mill Street.
I
road
know.
right there.
I don't want it to damn get above your head. This is Depot Street. I know I can't draw. I'm very comfortable with not being able to draw. I've gotten adjusted
Let's
to
cut
it.
this thing off.
But there is a, it don't matter about that thing. But you got the manhole. So what do you want, the manhole's here, so if we run one this way, and leave a space that's 20 feet wide, there's our entrance into the amphitheater.
Okay.
And you can do the steps, and grade steps, and do them with rock steps, and have a 20-foot wide step that goes down and goes up.
okay, so the first thing we need to do is buy 2 containers.
Absolutely.
How much would that cost?
They're gonna be $2,000 a piece.
Let's go ahead and buy them.
Get 2 containers here, and then we can figure out
let's,
what.
let's quit.
That's what I'm
kicking the
saying, we
horse.
gotta do something, because time is of an essence for us.
Let's quit kicking the horse, let's do it.
I can do that, I can get to the.
I'll make a motion, we buy 2 for, they might have went up a little bit.
Well, I would say it's gonna cost you $5,000, because you're gonna have to truck them too. You're gonna have
Okay.
to, you know what I'm saying?
I'll put that in form of motion that we do $5,000 to get 2 20-foot containers. Hopefully they're in really good shape.
You won't
not a
see
lot of
where the
dents.
containers is all you want. You won't see where that's tight, that's watertight.
So I'll put that in form of a motion.
All right, so Travis made the motion, is there a second?
So, we buy the containers.
Wait a minute, is there gotta be a motion and a second, then we can discuss it. I've been up here talking for 30 minutes, what the
Yeah.
heck, what part did you not get? I don't care, go ahead, I'm messing with you, go ahead.
No, go ahead with the motion.
No, the motion's there, we gotta have a second to move forward, then we can discuss it and vote on it. I don't
I'll
care.
second.
Okay, sorry, now I ask you a question, we're trying to be in order for this, we're getting ready to go crazy and go, this is a shitty
So
situation.
you're saying that the containers are $5,000
For
Two
two.
of 'em.
for 2?
Yeah,
That's
So
great,
then
too.
you have to, what do you have to put inside of them?
water, electricity, and.
Toilets.
And toilets. So how
And
much
lighting.
is that gonna be?
It's probably gonna double the price.
Well, that's what we're,
We won't know till you get
if we
one.
do the container, we can kinda get our,
Bearings on.
go
the-
ahead and get the containers and see where we're at as far as that and start pricing the stuff in between now and when we get the containers.
If you use 3 toilets, let's say if we use toilets, don't do any urinals and do toilets all the way, or you can do one in the guy's thing, put
I
however
would
you
put
want to do it.
urinals in the guys and like maybe 1. I
That's
put
fast.
2 urinals and 2 toilets.
Well, and the good thing is in the guys,
the
you
guys.
can put one of each on it in every one.
Cause for what
You
you
can
put
marry them
in,
up on the wall.
Put a
for what you
trough.
put in,
They don't care.
urinal, it's space of
All the racetracks
one,
got
or
troughs.
two,
Two, yeah,
Aluminum
Yep,
trough.
you can put two where space of one toilet is.
sure. But I mean, we can do design when we get back, but you're gonna look at plumbing a toilet and putting one in, you can do one for $500, buy the toilet and plumbing. What do you think? That's fair?
Well, how much is
Maybe.
a toilet now?
200, 250, depending on what you get. So then by the time you plumb it, get it in, you might be able to do 500, so if you got 6 of them, if you got 3 in each one, you're back at $6,000, so you're 5, 6, you're 11. If we pay 7, we've already paid for 3/4 of it again. It goes back to, we're not gonna come out this year, but every year we wait, we put ourselves that much further behind. I mean, it's $7,000 we didn't spend.
And what's the con for putting a brick and mortar still? I don't know. I keep going back to the brick and mortar. I don't know why.
Well, the brick and mortar, when we go to brick and mortar, now all of a sudden, we've gotta be ADA compliant. That's gonna add another 30% to the cost, not counting brick and mortar. What's it a square foot to build something, John? Are we 35,000 a piece?
Yes.
Can we do it for that? 35 a piece? So it'd be 70,000 versus 10 or 12. But the good thing is, we've got these, we can move them to a different place if we wanted to.
You start getting into, I see what he's saying, but you get there, you start getting into, inspections and all kind of.
That's exactly, you
Well,
dodge every bit of that doing this.
And if we plan on going with the container theory as far as what we're gonna do with our amphitheater, aesthetics, I mean, it would match what we got.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you all,
I'll be honest with you, I would rather have brick and mortar,
oh, Lord, yeah.
but for the cost.
And what you
it's
gotta do with
insane.
it, yeah. Well, I mean, you think for 35,000, you can get a 40-foot container cheaper than you can get a 20-foot container, so it takes 1, 2, if I count them right, 5 across that one side, 6.
How much is it?
6, you can get those for 1,500 a piece, you buy 6 at a time, so you're all of a sudden, you've done the whole thing for what you would do one bathroom. You've put containers all the way around it. It's a matter of what you get the most bang for your buck.
Are they gonna be sheet rocked inside or just?
I don't know if you sheet rock them or do something else.
I would put that plastic,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I just don't want it to be cheesy. That's
They
all.
won't be cheesy when you get done. John's gonna build them, so, I mean, he ain't building, go look at that cork board.
Travis, you talking about like that, it's not plastic, it's like foam like, that's what you're talking about?
no,
It's not,
it'll be
it's
like,
not foam, but
it'll be the same stuff that, it's honestly plastic, but it does have,
Yeah, you'll insulate them
Insulation
and
on the
whatnot,
back.
because you don't wanna have water sitting in them, but I mean,
but
and
it's,
you can
it's
winterize them.
waterproof
yeah.
And you have to
and
have
all that.
2 petition walls.
Yeah. So your 2 petition
And
walls,
cut
you'll
it.
be able 500 wall, wouldn't
Now,
you think?
your petition itself probably will be wood.
Yeah.
But see, now, the thing is, now, I've converted 2 to offices, but if we do them, there's 2 ways to do them. There's one door, you go into the men's bathroom, there's a bunch of stalls, or you go in and every one of them's an individual stall, and you put four entrance doors.
Well, if you're gonna do urinals in the men's, you just need one door.
Right, but if you do individual walls, it's kind of like, let me compare, like a sheets bathroom, you see how they are versus the other.
But you're getting into more money now.
Oh, yeah, that's why I say, if you just put 4 doors on it and let them go in, and if one goes out of order, you just close that door and lock it. You see what I'm saying? Then you have 3 more options, or however you do it, but that's something we can look at. We ain't gotta do, we
I
gotta
mean, you're
get
still
it.
gonna have your petitions in there.
Right.
In between your stalls
But all right, so if you go,
and doors, so.
these things are 2 feet, so if you go 8 feet, well, you look, this is how deep it would be, these are 2 feet apiece, aren't they? Yeah.
One door's going into a big.
This is as deep as it is.
I think that's,
So,
so you only need
If
one.
everybody has a door, it would be like 4 jobs in there, but you'd have a sink and everything in it, and that would work. And then you can hide all your plumbing in a 1-foot wall back there, hang your urinals back to back.
Problem,
push toilets
problem
down,
with
you can do all
putting
your
4
plumbing.
doors and 4 separate bathrooms is if you get drug users, they're gonna go in and lock the door. If there's one door in, then you're not gonna have that problem, people lingering around doing drug
Right,
use.
now I'm gonna ask you, you see how many tickets we've been writing?
It's not, well, that's what I'm saying, right?
I got faith in them, that's it. But I'm with you,
But if they
I'm
lock
with
the
you.
door behind them, if they each have their own locking door, then there's nothing they can do.
I'm with you. I mean, it doesn't matter, I don't care how, I just say, I'm like Travis, we gotta go in the right direction. We can beat that down, we gotta get 2 containers and get them
That's
up
the
here.
first step.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Is there any other discussion about it? We got a motion and a second, we gotta vote. this.
On
We
the
have-
2 containers.
On 2 containers.
I thought we did.
We made a motion. You
You
second.
second it.
Nobody else voted though. We need to
Oh,
vote.
I'm sorry.
That's what it is. So all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right. We'll get going. Hey, now I need the biggest motion.
Adjourn.
There we go. Thank you. We can turn these things off. I'm not, we can lay them out 57 different ways. You know, there's no way, but we just gotta figure out that way.